bricks? It's Brickley here, and welcome to my 2021 LEGO The Lord of the Rings Urukai army. And I'm proud to say that I've grown my Urukai army by a bit in comparison to the previous Urukai army of course, 2020. And I actually uploaded a video on that as well. So this is an updated version of my LEGO Urukai army. And I'm just really looking forward to show you all of these minifigures because I'm really proud. I've actually hit my milestone of over 200 Urukai minifigures, and I'm really happy with that. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video because back in the day, actually, I was sort of trying to build a LEGO Urukai army, and I had around 20 Urukai from the sets and a couple of separate minifigures I bought over maybe 2 years. And then I actually had my first biggest haul, in which I actually bought a couple of these Urukai with the hairpiece, a couple of other Urukai. For example, I also got these regular Urukai actually with just the helmet without the breastplate. So I got around 30 of those within that haul back in the day, and I believe that was around 2015 or 16. So that was my first biggest haul of the LEGO Urukai minifigures. And actually in 2020, I started to build my LEGO Urukai army and really started to expand it. So I actually bought 110 of the poly bags, I believe, with of course the Urukai Ballista. Let me grab that so you can actually just take a look at that. So I actually got this ballista over 100 times, and I'm actually using these pieces for my mocks, so I'm not really just sort of buying a lot of minifigures and doing nothing with the pieces. I am using these pieces, so I'm not really wasting, of course, all of the pieces on the world. So I'm actually using all of those pieces, and I also recycled the plastic of those poly bags. But yeah, I got a lot of LEGO Urukai minifigures to cover in this video, this army video, this LEGO Urukai army video of 2021, and I'm proud to say that my army is just a big army of the LEGO Urukai minifigures. You really can see that I tried to mix up all of the accessories as much as possible without really buying new minifigure accessories. I actually have a lot of these sort of spikes over here, the big spears for the LEGO Urukai, and I don't think they look superb, so I'm going to use my custom design in the future, which I'm also going to show you in a second. But I'm really happy with the amount of minifigures I tried to customize. I mean, I have a lot of the Urukai with the hair pieces, a couple of regular Urukai, of course, without the breastplate, with the breastplate, got some Urukai with the hand of Saruman on their armor and shields. So a lot of different minifigures, and that's really something you want to have within your Urukai army, of course, when it is LEGO, because I think the difference within the minifigures really looks superb. And in comparison to last year, actually, I have a lot of different minifigures, because last year I actually armored up all of my Urukai minifigures. So I added a lot of breastplates, and I really removed a couple this year because I also wanted a couple of Urukai with just the torso of the Urukai without the breastplate. So that is the main reason. I really thought it would look a little bit different in comparison to last year. And of course, add a little bit more detail and just variety to my LEGO Urukai army. And yeah, you can see a couple of these awesome minifigures in the front of my Urukai army. These are actually not LEGO, they're custom but compatible, so just to get that out of the way. And over here, actually, these LEGO Urukai Berserkers are 100% LEGO minifigures, but the helmet is actually a custom addition to them. And all of the regular Urukai minifigures you see over here in front of me are 100% LEGO. I actually spent over $1,000 on this the previous year, so that's a sort of Well, explanation of why they are real minifigures. And I myself just hate buying knockoffs, for example, of the regular Urukai minifigure. I mean, you can get a lot of knockoffs, but that doesn't really add a lot of value to your army. So I think that these minifigures are just superb the way they are. And if you, for example, see this minifigure, this exact same minifigure for $1 on eBay, don't buy that. That's bait for a fake minifigure or a person who just doesn't know the value of this minifigure. But yeah, that's a bit of a shame if he doesn't know the value. But this minifigure tends to go for around, let's say, $5 to $20 on Bricklink and eBay. So if you see a deal such as that, it might be a real minifigure. Of course, check if the seller is trustworthy. But other than that, I mean, all of these minifigures are 100% Lego, and I'm really happy with that. But yeah, you can see the big Urukai army in the middle of Isengard. Actually got the Tower of Orthanc right here. Got my Urukai Ballistas right here, actually. And a fun fact about this Urukai Ballista over here is actually that I attached some ropes. So when I shoot out these sort of spears over here with, of course, the grappling hooks, they attach to the wall, and I actually have my modified ladder over here, which can actually fit onto the entire wall of the Helm's Deep set. So I can have my wires. I'm actually going to customize that later on for, of course, my Helm's Deep mock. But that's definitely something epic. But yeah, I'm going to add a couple of wires, of course, along these ladders. I need 3 of these ladders to really make my Urukai army complete, because there were actually 3 of these, or maybe even 4. I don't know for sure. But yeah, these are, of course, attached to the Hornburg. And then, of course, there's a flood of Urukai minifigures, or actually Urukai soldiers, just flooding into, of course, the Hornburg, onto actually the walls of the Hornburg. That's definitely something amazing. And in addition to that as well, I also got this smaller ladder to attach to the deeping wall of Helm's Deep with the Urukai Berserker on top. Yeah, this was actually the first Urukai to sort of jump onto the wall. And you could also see one of these Urukais being slain by Gimli. That's quite a funny scene. But yeah, I got 2 of these ladders, one back there. So this is, of course, the ladder compartment. So this Urukai Berserker is actually just practicing jumping up the ladder over here. And over here I got my ballistas, as I said. And I actually also have 2 of these awesome LEGO Urukai banners. And these actually just came from the LEGO Tower of Orthanc set from right over here. Just customized it a little bit with, of course, the flagpole. But other than that, it isn't too special. I mean, just 2 awesome flag printings on those banners, and I definitely need to get a lot more in the future for my Urukai army, because I'm gonna grow my Urukai army in the future, and I certainly look forward to that. But yeah, you can also see my Orc Forged system right over here. Actually, I have 2 Orc Forged sets. This is just a regular set without a lot of customizations. I added a little bit of a bridge between the 2 sets, and this one is actually a lot bigger. As you can see, I added a couple of stairs right here. I made sure that this area right over here has some detail. I raised it, actually, and this area right here is also a raised area with some stairs over here as well. And I think that definitely adds a little bit of a difference to my Orc Forge. I have a little bridge over here with, of course, this, and this is actually still functional. I can still just move the grappling hook all the way to the bottom, and of course just make sure that this little sort of a wooden box can still go up. Well, actually, the only difference in comparison to the set is actually that this over here is going to go right in between here, and of course the little stove over here is also right here, and you can actually still put it in here. It's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but everything is still functional for the LEGO Orc Forge. So yeah, this is also a part of my Urukai army, of course. And yeah, as I said, my Urukai army is going to expand in the future, so that is why my Mordor orcs are still forging a lot of armor. You can already see a couple of piles of helmets and shields, because my Urukai army is definitely going to grow a bit. bit. But yeah, over here I got my Berserker Urukais, and in addition to all the other accessories for my Urukai army, I also have this battling ram actually to open the doors of Helm's Deep, and this actually is designed by Dr. Brick Daddy, who's just disappeared from YouTube, unfortunately. An awesome YouTuber from the LEGO community from back in the day. And if you know who I mean, you'll remember him. He was from the time, of course, when Brick Show was really popular and such. Yeah, I still hope that Dr. Brick Daddy is gonna magically appear on YouTube one day. So until that day, I will honor his design until he returns. I hope he does one day. But yeah, this video is all about my LEGO Urukai army, and I haven't shown a lot of minifigures up till just now, because right now I'm actually just gonna go and show you all of the Urukai. So I got a bunch of Urukai minifigures. Most of these actually are just carrying these spears, a couple of them actually some other accessories, and I'm actually gonna show you every single accessory group I have for my Urukai army. So I'm actually just gonna go and separate all of the accessories, make sure that every single minifigure is sorted. And well, actually, I'm just gonna go and sort of put the swordsmen with, of course, each other in one group, and of course, these pikemen as well. So I'm gonna just sort all of the minifigures, set them up in a sort of just sorted system. So I'm just gonna go and put down the minifigures in another order and show you all of the different type of Urukai I have within my LEGO Urukai army. So as you can see, I set up all of my LEGO Urukai minifigures and sorted them on weaponry. So we're gonna start over here in the front with my favorite group actually of the Urukai minifigures, which is my group with the LEGO Urukai swords and shields. I just think that these accessories are superb, and I really would love to own more. So I'm actually going to purchase a lot more of these swords and shields in 2022, so I can actually have a bigger group of these swordsmen. I actually have 42 of the Urukai with the swords, and I really try to mix it up a bit with, of course, a lot of the Urukai being the Urukai with the hairpiece only, and actually added a lot of shields throughout this army as well. We got a couple of Urukai without the breastplate, with the breastplate, just a bunch of different Urukai within this army. And over here I have 2 Urukai, which I couldn't fit in the entire group over here. But yeah, I'm really happy with all of these minifigures, and it's pretty crazy to think that this was my army back in the day, and now I have all of these LEGO Urukai minifigures. That's just insane. So I'm really happy with these 42 LEGO Urukai swordsmen. And over here on the right, actually, I got 16 of these crossbow Urukai, and actually one of them is holding this special LEGO Urukai crossbow over here. It is actually a custom piece which I got in my fan mail, so I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I got 16 of the crossbow Urukai. I think that's really something nice, because you could see a couple of Urukai firing with the crossbows. They were actually just shooting at a couple of Rohan soldiers on top of the deeping wall. So I think it is definitely necessary to have a couple of crossbows within your LEGO Urukai army. Actually, I remember back in the day when I had the LEGO Ninjago Stone Army minifigures, I actually had a couple of these crossbows, and I would just apply them to my minifigures of course, my Urukai army, and I would just set up intense battles with these minifigures. That definitely is a nice memory, but yeah, all since then I actually started using these sort of crossbows. I actually ordered a lot of those back in 2014, I believe, when I really started ordering a lot of pieces. So yeah, over here, actually I have a bigger group of Urukai. There's actually 15 Urukai without accessories, because I actually need to buy a lot more of the Urukai swords. I really want a lot more swordsmen, because as you can see, which we're going to take a look at in a second, I have a lot of these Urukai with the Urukai spears, and I think that I really need to get a lot more swords. So that is why I actually on purpose didn't give these minifigures weaponry. But yeah, it's really just a nice group of Urukai without accessories. I mean, I think that these smaller groups right here really look amazing with all of the accessories, and I definitely want to grow my LEGO Urukai army so I can have a lot of different weaponry with different types of spears and maybe even some other swords or something in, of course, this metallic color that would also be superb. But I'm gonna look into that into the future. But yeah, I got 15 of these without the accessories. Over here behind them, I got 2 of these Urukai Berserkers with the Commander helmets. Awesome pieces right here. I got 11 of the regular Urukai Berserkers over here. And these are actually just the regular minifigures with the helmet on top of the regular head. So these helmets are all custom, but the minifigures are 100% Lego. So these figures are just superb. And over here in the front, I got actually 12 of these Urukai Commanders, and these are just 100% custom minifigures, even the torso and the legs. And I really like the sort of axe over here. It really looks nice. And this shield also is nicely detailed with a couple of these sort of round sort of things on there. I think that really looks superb and makes it really look like a sort of armor piece. And of course, the back is also really nice. These minifigures actually came with sort of capes, but I decided to remove those because I think that the Urukai look a lot better without, and I can also put them in this army formation a little bit more easy. But yeah, those were all of the smaller groups of my Urukai. I mean, I got 2 of these awesome LEGO Urukais. These are actually the Lurtz minifigures. I actually had 2 of these over here, but I actually destroyed my other one while actually sort of changing the arms to, of course, this Lurtz minifigure over here. So the torso actually cracked, and I actually still have it laying around somewhere, but I'm not going to search for that because it's already just broken. But yeah, this minifigure is my custom Lurtz minifigure, just a regular leg piece right here. We got, of course, the awesome torso piece, and then this black bow as well. So the arms and, of course, actually only the arms, not the hands, but the arms and the head and the hair piece are actually from the LEGO Lurtz Newborn minifigure. So I actually just customized it, and I really wanted to make this minifigure because this is pretty accurate to the LEGO The Lord of the Rings video game, and that's something I wanted to do with this minifigure. I really like the designs which LEGO had within that LEGO The Lord of the Rings video game, so I tried to base off my Lurtz on that, and I think it turned out pretty nice as a minifigure over here. So I think it really looks superb for, of course, a LEGO on-one-hand mock in the future. But yeah, over here I got the biggest group of the Urukai. This is actually a group of 130 Urukai with these Urukai spears, and I think they just look superb. I mean, I'm going to customize my LEGO Urukai spear in the future, and I'm actually going to show you that design right now. But before I do, I want to just show you all of these Urukai. I mean, I got a lot of Urukai. Also a couple of Urukai with the hair piece only between there because I think they just look really good, and they're just awesome minifigures to mix it up a bit. And I really like the fact that I included those figures. Also included a couple of the Urukai shields, too, of course, with the awesome minifigures right here. So I'm really happy with all of these minifigures. And over here in the back, of course, I got 2 of the Urukai carrying the flag of Saruman, the flag of Isengard with the white hand of Saruman on there. And I actually got 8 of these Urukai carrying the battling ram. So those are all of my LEGO Urukai minifigures. And I actually just counted everything, and I have 240 LEGO Urukai minifigures in my LEGO Urukai army. If I'm just going to go and include these, I have 240. If I don't include these, I have 200. And of course 28 minifigures. As promised, I'm actually going to show you my custom LEGO Urukai spear. So I'm just going to go and grab that right over here. And this is the spear. It's pretty long actually, because that's what the spear is supposed to be. It's going to be actually just around the height of course, the flag. So I tried to base it off of that. And as you can see, I also added this sort of flagpole to the bottom of this piece actually, so it can still stand on land, so I sort of don't have to attach it to every minifigure. But I think it's really just a superb accessory. I'm just going to go and attach it with one hand over here because I'm holding my camera. But yeah, it's really just a long spear. I'm maybe even going to just shorten it a bit, but I think it really is just realistic for the Urukai to carry this big spear, and I'm definitely going to create a lot more for my Urukai army in the future. Of course, I need to order a lot more of these black spears for that, but I'm just going to go and try that and attempt to build a lot of these spears for my future 2022 LEGO Urukai army, where I'm going to have a lot more LEGO Urukai minifigures. But yeah, these were all of my LEGO Urukai minifigures, and of course that spear I've shown you. So a lot of awesome custom accessories. I'm really happy with my entire army, which I've built over the years. So here's a bit of a recap. So I got, of course, the Urukai swordsman. We got the awesome Urukai with, of course, these awesome accessories right here with the crossbows over here. So that's just a really cool accessory. And over here, actually, I got the Urukai Commanders with, of course, these hatchets and, of course, the shields. And I got a lot of Urukai without accessories. We got some Berserkers, Berserker Commanders. Of course, alerts over here. We got some flag carrying Urukai carrying the banners of Isengard, and then this huge group of the Urukai with the spears over here. So really just an amazing army, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this LEGO Urukai Army 2021 edition. I'm really just happy with all of the minifigures, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you did enjoy watching this video, of course, let me know by leaving a like to support it. Go subscribe to Brickley, and of course, ring that notification bell to stay updated on when I post any LEGO videos. I'm definitely going to post a lot of hauls for the expansion of my LEGO Urukai army during the upcoming year. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next army video.
It's in the air like a blazing flare.